Chapter Between Dimensions. On Earth, there was a little girl that loved stories. Her favorites were the ones about people that could jump from a dimension to another. She always dreamt of doing it herself, but people always told her that would never be possible. They really thought that would have stopped her. That's the only thing that made her more eager to find a way to break the barrier in between realms. She knew there was a way to do this, but she didn't know how. This girl didn't have any special powers of her own, but she had the technology that might make interdimensional traveling possible. She just needed to try. With the help of this technology, she was able to find a weird substance. A substance that did things she could only dream of. She called it magic, exactly like in her fantasy series. But no one believed her. She showed people her research, but all of them just dismissed it as being complete nonsense. Her name was Leah, but she preferred to be called by her nickname, Amethyst, like her favorite gem. One summer morning, when Amethyst was messing with this substance, trying to find a way to harness it safely, a rift opened. It was a rift between realities. She somehow cracked the code. She opened the portal, but some strange and purple liquid started pouring out of it. After a bit of testing, she found out it wasn't actually toxic. She wanted to send something in to make sure it was safe, but she wasn't able to find anything good. She didn't want to go in herself before making sure it was actually leading somewhere. Out of nowhere, a huge shadow creature came out of the portal and started attacking Leah, a dark creature with two huge golden rings made out of chains floating above his head. The girl panicked and tried to close the portal, but the creature smashed the equipment, making it slowly shut down. The creature got angry and grabbed her. It entered the closing portal. They land in some very weird, empty space. Small particles were floating around. The void! The shadow creature started coiling like a snake around her body. The girl could barely breathe. This shadow creature was rapidly strangling her. She was helpless. No one could save her. While taking her last breath, she realized there was no way out of this. With her last bit of strength, she whispered, "No, I'm sorry, Mom. I should have listened to you. I should have never tried to mess with this." She closed her eyes for one last time. A beautiful song started playing in her head. The melody of her life. In the middle of this empty space, there was a circle of light. It started shining brighter and brighter. Well, another girl was standing in the circle. A vengeful girl that couldn't let everything end like this. A girl that decided that Leah needed another chance to live. A person that wouldn't let that monster ever do this again to an innocent person. Amitlu would bring her back no matter what. She started singing a beautiful melody. Amitlu continued singing for a few minutes this magnificent song. 1,000-year-old melody. A melody of life and death. A melody of darkness and light. One song that actually started healing Leah. There was a chance, even if it was minuscule, she could live again. She tried to get closer for this tedious process to be faster, but her arms were trapped in invisible chains. The girl was tied to the circle of light. Some kind of poison started traveling through Amiglu's veins. The circle of light started draining her powers, but she proceeded. She had to stop, and slowly her hands started shaking more. Her fingers became black. She had to stop at the last few verses. She couldn't continue, no matter how much she wanted to. Every single bone in her body started to hurt. She fell. Amiglu was on her knees. Her vision was getting blurry. Hundreds of things began to happen around her, but she couldn't comprehend what was going on. She screamed like someone invisible was trying to take control. The prisoner tried to transform into a wolf, but it wasn't working. A very high-pitched noise started ringing in her ears. Her head started hurting. The girl was clenching her fist, ready to knock down the one that was doing this to her. The pain intensified even more. She lay to the ground, barely resisting the pain. After a few seconds, she got up and raised her arm in the air, resisting the unbearable pain. She was determined to get Amethyst to safety, alive and well, and anything couldn't put a stop to it. Oh, revenge will taste so sweet when she will get her hands on the person that was doing this to her. And this poor girl that did nothing wrong. You really think you can kill me that easily? I am bringing her back, and there's no way you can stop me. Amitlu yelled from the top of her lungs, starting to recite the last few lyrics of the song. Her hair turned white like snow. It floated up, and her eyes were completely white. A blinding light struck Leah. The resurrected girl opened her eyes in shock. She started to cry. Were those tears of joy or of sadness? Not even Leah knew. But one thing was clear. Amitlu actually did it. Thank you. I am forever grateful to you. There's no time for formalities now, said Amitlu. When a wall of fire manifested in front of them, it started rotating and tons of small fireballs started to come out of it. One burned part of Leah's neck. It formed a giant fire tornado. It was moving rapidly towards Leah. If she didn't move, it would kill her. Run! Don't look back! I'll fend it off! But Leah was too scared. She froze there. She didn't know what to do. Amitlu was actively trying to put out the fire, but it was way too big. Out of the blue, a dark shadow-like creature revealed itself from the fire tornado. A dark creature with huge pairs of chain rings floating above his head. His eyes were an unusual emerald green. The disgusting creature started floating around them, trying to capture Leah. He went in for an attack, but Amitlu was able to fend him off. She conjured up a bubble around Leah. This horrible man flew and spiraled back down, slicing through the air. But while doing that, he stabbed Amitlu with one of his claws running through her head. The cloaked man was covered in blood, but he didn't stop there. A scythe manifested in one of his arms, and he tried striking Amitlu and Leah down. A failed attempt. Amitlu was able to block the attack. Pressure was rising. The man was getting more and more infuriated. Despite her powers being drained by the circle, the girl in chains was still able to hold her ground against the cloaked man. How powerful must she be? But she wasn't able to protect Leah for much longer. He tightened his grip on the scythe and plunged into the ground, and first bursting the protective bubble around the girl. Out of nowhere, this twisted person started laughing uncontrollably. He killed the girl that Amitlu was trying to resurrect.
You really thought I'd let you save her? Or bring her back? She would have ruined my plans if she were alive.
You monster! Why did you do this to her? She was innocent! She did nothing to deserve this! Said Amitlu, knowing that the girl was now safe, somewhere where this man couldn't reach her.
You can't do anything about it. You might be powerful, but these chains are indestructible. If you don't cooperate and give me the powers I asked for, everyone you are trying to protect will be at major risk. I know their survival is tied to yours, so give me what I asked for, and you'll be free.
Never! I will never help you!
Fine. You really want to do this? Then let's see how much I can make your beloved two future Ultimates suffer.
No! Knucklehead had melted. You stay away from them, you monster!
Oh, you care about them? Oh, what a shame they need to die, too.
Said the twisted man. Amitlu tried to kick him down with her leg, but he dodged the attack with ease and disappeared. Amitlu was left alone there. Her blood was boiling in her veins. He can't keep doing that. How could she defeat him? Who even was this shadow creature? Why did he want her powers? I need to find a way to break out of here.